here's how to reinstall your firing pin and firing pin retaining pin and whatnot. So first off, you're going to need to put the firing pin retaining pin back in. This is the Cajun Gunworks tempered steel firing pin retaining pin, and the notch always goes at the 12 o'clock position, and as that goes in, remember, always come from this left side over here. So I will hammer that into place. Alright, I've got that started. If I'm putting the disconnector back in, I'm going to take the disconnector and its spring and put the spring back in here. And mine's actually right, there we go. It's right here. And you're going to put it in and install it right here. And then you will slide the firing pin into place. Now I've cleared all the way through because I've got the spring on. If you want, you can put the spring in beforehand and it'll find its way in. Alright, so now that will actually hold itself into place, and you just have to finish hammering this in. Notice how I'm pushing the firing pin in. So pushing that in a little bit. And at this point, I'd actually, since I'm right-handed, easiest for me is to do it this way, and I will hammer. But I am not reinstalling the firing pin block system on this particular firearm, so I'm going to take this back out. So now if you're just reinstalling the firing pin, and you don't have the firing pin block system, you're just going to be placing it in this way. And it's a little bit trickier because the firing pin block actually holds this vertically in the correct position. And without that, you just have to make sure it stays in that correct position when you are hammering. So the correct position is having these notches at the 12 o'clock. So I'm carefully sliding them in, and see, it takes a little bit of finesse. So as those go in, and I'm a little overly paranoid. As long as you've got it close, the firing pin retaining pin is going to push those out of the way, or get it aligned basically. But there we go. Now I'll finish hammering this into place. So now that mine's most of the way in, I'm going to take, this is much easier if you have a punch pin, roll pin punch pin, and I'm oversizing. So since I'm oversizing and it's going to fit all the way over right there, and, I can even go up a size larger to illustrate this. Do not follow this all the way to the end. It will damage your slide. Alright, I'm getting close to the slide, so I'm getting rid of my larger punch, roll pin punch, and this one is the correct size. It'll finish getting it into place. Alright, that is seated. For me, that's seated well enough. You could go deeper if you want, but that's good. And we have now reinstalled your firing pin and your firing pin retaining pin.